Hey, what's going on, everyone? So guess what? I have another praise report. So as you know, we just had a blizzard this past weekend. And then of course on Monday, I was at my house pretty much all day, well, a couple of hours, shoveling snow with I got a snow blower now. So myself and my two little kids were outside, snow blowing the snow and shoveling the snow. But then I said I had to get it. I had to do something. I think the next day, Tuesday, the next day for a customer. And I said, okay, I still need to go by the church and try to dig the church out, so we can have service on Sunday. And so I said, I'm gonna take care of this customer first, then I'm gonna go down to the church. Now the challenge that I was taking care of this customer. Now, I expected that it's about an hour, half an hour, to do this request for this customer. But it took about 2 hours, and I'm like, oh my gosh, man. But I was done, and after I was done, I went down to my church, which was 30 minutes away, to go and start snow plowing. And I was excited. I got me a snowblower, so I was going to go and use my snowblower to clear out the parking lot and the walkway so people come to church on Sunday. But when I got to the church was actually, it was a lot of snow. A lot of snow. And I was like, I have my snowblower, but I'm like, this is going to take some time. Because the snow wasn't icy, but it was just high. And I don't have one of those big industrial snowblowers. I have a small one that you would use for your home. And I don't have a big parking lot at my church, but it's a good size. And right now, we don't have the money. Excuse me. It's not wise for us to spend the money on to get a plowing company to come by, because we already had 2 snowstorms, which we had to pay for us plowing service. And I'm like, right now it's not wise to spend another $600. They've charged about $600 a piece. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. I'll go down to the church with my little snow blower, and I'll go and dig it out. And plus, we'll let the weather just melt the snow. Worst on the worst, we have church online. So I got down there, and I was kind of like frustrated because I wanted to get down there earlier because I had something else to do that evening. So I got down there, and I started using my little snowblower to clear the snow up. And I was going, I'm just one of those people that if I need to get something done, I'm just gonna go at it. I try not to look at the size of the job that I had to tackle. I just was focused on just doing one step at a time. But while I was there, somebody, matter of fact, it was so bad at my church, the road to my church was actually closed. I just drove through because I'm like, I still need to get to church. And now there were no trees in the roadway at the time, but the road was still closed, so I just drove down. Matter of fact, there was so much snow, I could not even park in the parking lot. I had to park on the side of the road and pull my snowblower out of my van and, take it out, plug it up. Now I have an electric snowblower, so I just got my little cord, plugged it up. Because this is my belief. I'm going to do all I can to serve God. With help, no help. I'm praying that God send me some help, but hey, He called me to do it. I'm gonna get out there and do it. That's my mindset. because he called me, and I know God has been so good to me over the years. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna get here and do this. So I started, and then somebody, I think someone from the township was driving a bulldozer. They was headed down the street to assist with some cleanup, and he stopped by. He said, "Hey, he said, is that grass?" Or I said, "No, that's concrete. We have a parking lot. It's concrete." He said, "You know what? I got you." I'm telling you, he took that bulldozer, went through the whole parking lot, and and just pushed all the snow to the end of the parking lot. I mean, I was almost in tears. One, because of just God's timing. See, if I would have got there earlier, I probably would have missed the bulldozer. If I'd have went there later, I probably would have missed the bulldozer. But I was just so touched that God sent help. God sent me some help, and he cleared up the parking lot. I was in tears because I was gonna do it. I'm that committed to God. I'm that committed to what God's called me to do, that if it's a big job, guess what? I will go there and start it and do whatever I can and somehow figure out how to get it done. And God, like he always does, provided. I was telling one of my friends, you know what? Yeah, he said, "How's church going?" I said, "Well, man, I'm down to like 3 faithful people." He said, "What you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna trust God. As long as he keeps on providing, as long as he keeps on guiding, and as long as he keeps on providing, I'm gonna follow God." I'm like David. I was young, and now I'm old. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor the seed begging for bread. I've seen God move in my personal life on many occasions. My family and I, we used to be homeless, and now we are homeowners. Years ago, we lost our apartment, and God turned it all around, and we were able now to move into our own home. I'm sorry, I'll follow him. As long as God keeps on providing, I'm gonna keep on going. And I trust God, and I trust the vision he placed in my heart. And I don't really know how it's all gonna turn out, but I do know one thing: no matter what happens, all things work for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. I know whether good things happen or whether bad things happen, somehow, some way, all my effort, all my sowing will not be in vain. And God will eventually turn around. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know when. But one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with God no matter what. And I encourage you to do the same thing. God bless you.